Chapter 7: Structural Organization in Animals. In the previous chapters, we have seen that there are a large variety of organisms. They are unicellular, multicellular. We have seen in the animal kingdom that how all the functions they are carried out by one single cell, and we have also seen that in the complex multicellular organisms, the functions they are carried out by different organs and systems in a well organized manner. So there are millions of cells in the body of the multicellular organisms, and these they group and then they form certain functions. They perform specific functions. So such an organization is called as tissues. All complex organisms, they have four basic types of tissues, and these tissues are organized in specific proportion and pattern to form an organ like stomach, lung, heart, kidney, etc. So cells, tissues, organs and organ system, they split up the work in a way that shows division of labor, and it contributes to the survival of the organism as a whole. So in this chapter we'll be covering the animal tissue and its various parts. Now structure of the cells, they vary according to their functions. Therefore tissues are different and they are broadly classified into four main types: epithelial, connective, muscular and neural. So let's talk about epithelial tissue first. Epithelial tissue, it has a free surface. You can see here in the diagram that it has got a free surface which faces either a body fluid or the outside environment, and it provides a covering or the lining in the some parts of the body. The cells, they are compactly packed. You can see here the cells, they are compactly packed with little intercellular matrix, and there are two types of epithelial tissue, namely simple and compound. In simple epithelium, it consists of single layer of cells, like here. It consists of single layer of cells and functions in the lining of the body cavities, ducts, tubes. And the compound epithelium consists of two or more layers of cells. Okay, there are layers of cells are there in the compound epithelium. You can see here there are multiple layers of cells here in the compound epithelium. Now here in this is the difference, basic difference in the simple and compound. And the compound epithelium, which is made of more than two layers of cells, it has a protective function like in our skin. So on the basis of structural modifications of the cell, simple epithelium is further divided into three types. There are squamous, cuboidal and columnar. So these are simple epithelium. Now in the squamous epithelium, that is made up of a thin layer of cells, you can see here simple squamous epithelium, flattened cells with irregular boundaries. They are found in the walls of blood vessels, air sac of lungs, and they are also involved in the functions of the diffusion because of their single cell organization. The cuboidal epithelium is composed of a single layer of cells, like you can see here in the diagram. And these are cube-like, and they are commonly found in the ducts of glands and tubules of the nephrons in our kidneys, and its main function is secretion and absorption. So the epithelium of the proximal convoluted tubule of the nephron in the kidneys, it has microvilli. And the columnar epithelium, here it consists of you can see here the columnar epithelium, it is composed of single layer of cells which are slender cells, and the nuclei, they are located at the base. And free surface may have microvilli. You can see here like this. These are the microvilli. They are found in the lining of the stomach, intestine, and they help in the secretion and absorption. The columnar or cuboidal epithelium, they bear cilia on the free surface. Then they are called as ciliated columnar epithelium. So their function is to move particles or mucus in a specific direction over the epithelium. They are mainly present in the inner lining of the hollow organs like bronchioles and fallopian tubes. Some of the columnar or cuboidals, they get specialized for secretions, and they are called as glandular epithelium. And they are generally there are two types: unicellular, which consists of glandular cells, goblet cells in alimentary canals, and there can be multicellular, consisting of many cells as in the salivary glands. And on the basis of their mode of secretions or pouring of their secretions, these glands, they are divided into exocrine and endocrine categories. Exocrine glands secrete mucus, saliva, etc., and they are released through the ducts or the tubes, and whereas endocrine glands, they release their secretions directly into the blood. So in the compound epithelium, which is made up of more than one layer of cell, Just a second.